You've expressed interest in some unconventional paths to success.
Right.
And that's what led us to Jack Rourke for this deep dive psychic coach.
Interesting.
And personal optimization expert might seem like kind of an unusual pairing.
Yeah.
But Rourke uses this unique blend to help everyone from A-list celebrities to Fortune 500 CEOs unlock their potential and build impactful brands.
Yeah.
We're really curious about what we can learn from someone who navigates both the material and metaphysical worlds.
Absolutely.
Rourke's approach is really intriguing because it challenges conventional wisdom.
Okay.
Take his concept of core service.
Right.
It's the bedrock of his entire philosophy.
Okay, so let's unpack that.
Sure.
What exactly does he mean by core service?
It's not just about slapping a catchy tagline on your website or chasing after fleeting online fame. Rourke believes core service is about understanding the genuine value you offer and letting that be the driving force behind your brand.
So it's less about crafting a persona and more about expressing your authentic self and how you can help others.
Exactly.
Rourke emphasizes that in a world saturated with influencers and gurus, it's the brands and individuals who are deeply rooted in genuine service that truly resonate.
I'm really intrigued by this idea, especially in the age of social media where it's so easy to get caught up in vanity metrics like likes and followers.
It's a trap Rourke sees often, particularly with young influencers. He's worked with some who have millions of followers, but struggle to translate that online presence into a sustainable income.
That disconnect between online fame and real-world impact is definitely something a lot of people grapple with.
Sure.
Rourke's advice.
Focus
on the tangible problems you solve for your audience. Those issues you're uniquely equipped to address. That's where core service becomes more than just a concept. It becomes your roadmap to building a truly successful and impactful brand.
This whole idea of core service is really making me rethink how we approach branding. It's not just about selling a product or service. It's about offering something truly valuable that resonates with people's lives.
It's about connecting on a deeper level. Which brings us to another key concept. Rourke talks about the inner outlaw.
The inner outlaw. I like the sound of that. What's the story there?
Essentially, it's about having the courage to challenge the status quo. And break free from those pre-established norms, especially when it comes to business and brand building.
It's about embracing what makes you different.
Precisely.
Rourke believes that true innovation often comes from those who dare to challenge the conventional.
This makes me think of those artists or entrepreneurs who do things differently. Those who aren't afraid to be unconventional. They create something truly unique and memorable.
Absolutely.
It's about recognizing and leveraging your unique perspective. Your personal standards and your own distinct way of approaching your work. That's what makes you stand out in a crowded marketplace.
So we're talking about leaning into your own authenticity, even if it means going against the grain.
Absolutely.
And it goes back to that concept of core service. If you're genuinely offering something of value, something that aligns with your true self, people will be drawn to your authenticity.
I'm really starting to see how all these ideas connect.
Yeah.
It's about this deep sense of self-awareness.
Right.
About understanding your values and your unique strengths.
Yes.
And then using them to create something impactful.
Right.
And Rourke believes that's where congruence comes into play.
Okay, let's unpack that. What does congruence mean in this context?
It's about aligning your inner self with your outer actions.
So living in congruence means making sure our actions are a true reflection of our inner values and beliefs.
Exactly.
That's a pretty big concept.
It is.
What does that look like in practice?
It's about walking your talk, right?
Okay.
But not just saying you value honesty, but actually being truthful in your business dealings. Not just claiming to care about sustainability, but actively implementing eco-friendly practices.
It's about that alignment between who you are on the inside and how you show up in the world.
Yes, exactly.
And what's interesting is that Rourke sees this desire for congruence pop up a lot in his work as a psychic coach.
What do you mean?
He says a lot of people come to him feeling lost and unfulfilled, seeking guidance.
Sure.
And often it's because they're not living in alignment with their true selves. Their actions don't match their values, and that creates internal conflict.
That makes a lot of sense. So how does he help them find that congruence?
Rourke talks about the importance of accessing your inner authority.
Okay.
He believes true spiritual service isn't about telling people what to do or giving them all the answers. It's about empowering them to find their own way.
So it's less about providing external validation and more about guiding people to tap into their own inner wisdom.
Exactly.
And that often requires a willingness to surrender the ego.
That's something we haven't touched on yet.
Okay.
What does Rourke mean by surrendering the ego?
It's about letting go of the need to always be right.
Okay.
To be seen as the expert or to have all the answers.
Right.
It's about approaching life and work with a sense of humility.
Sure.
And a willingness to learn and grow.
That must be incredibly difficult.
It is.
Especially in a world that often rewards ego-driven behavior.
It's a lifelong practice.
Yeah.
And Rourke speaks from experience. He talks about how he had to confront his own ego.
Yeah.
When he transitioned from a more traditional psychic medium to the work he does now.
That's right. His own journey is a fascinating example of this.
Yeah.
He realized his initial approach, focusing on paranormal experiences and mystical predictions, wasn't truly fulfilling.
Yeah.
It wasn't creating lasting change in people's lives.
It wasn't aligning with his core service.
Precisely.
That's when he began to explore this idea of selfless service.
Okay.
Of empowering people to find their own answers.
Yeah.
And create their own transformations.
So it's less about being a guru or an expert.
Right.
And more about being a guide. A conduit for change.
Exactly.
And I think that's a powerful takeaway for anyone,
right,
regardless of whether you believe in psychic abilities or not.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that true fulfillment comes from serving something larger than yourself, from making a positive impact on the world.
It's about aligning your actions with your values.
Yes.
Embracing your authentic self. And offering genuine service to others.
It is.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
And one that really resonates with me.
Yeah, me too.
And it all circles back to that core idea.
Yeah.
What is your unique way of providing value to the world?
Right.
What problems are you here to solve?
These are big questions, and they require some deep introspection.
For sure.
But as we've learned from Jack Rourke,
yes,
sometimes the most unconventional paths lead to the most profound truths.
That's true.
If we can embrace our inner outlaw, cultivate congruence in our lives, and surrender the ego's need for external validation.
Absolutely.
Perhaps we can all tap into that deeper sense of purpose and create something truly meaningful.
Right.
And isn't that what we all truly desire?
Yeah.
To find our place in the world and make a positive impact.
I think so. And maybe, just maybe, that's where true success lies.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
And we'll see you next time.